You are not it. What's up? See how I did that? I'm so mean.
So I'm hoping there are more Lost fans in the audience.
Who understood the end? Okay.
So, given that only the last name Quan was on the cave, who do you think it was, Jen or Sun?
What?
Since only the last name Quan was on the cave wall, who do you think it was meant for, Jen or Sun?
Sun.
Me too.
Really? I just took a wild guess. I don't even know who Sun is. No, but I think I did a whole scene with Sun, did I not?
Yes.
Okay, thank God. Because she helped me with my Korean. I had to do a whole scene in Korean. I was terrified. Because Korean fans are very strict about accent. And so she was watching to make sure I pronounced every syllable correctly. But that's scary, doing scenes in another language. So, Sun, yeah? And the other one is her husband? Is that?
Yeah, or something.
He's kind of creepy, right?
Yeah.
Daniel Day-Kim is a great guy, but his character's sketchy.
I think it's a little questionable.
Questionable. Why?
No.
I haven't seen the show.
Well, he was, like the enforcer for her dad, so he did some questionable things.
Oh. So I should watch it.
Maybe. It's on
It was,
Netflix.
right? It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix,
I'm gonna
yeah.
check that.
Thank you.
My wife has seen every episode of Lost. I actually made a conscious decision not to watch Lost because I thought I would be intimidated by the prospect of being the character who knew everything that was going on in the island, and I knew by watching the show I would not know what the hell was going on, so it would not edify me. That's a good excuse, right? I sound like Rick Springfield. Oops. What's up?
I'm a little hurt now.
You're what? Aw, really?
So mean.
I am mean, I'm so sorry. How can I make it up to you?
A hug to you.
Alright, let's do it. That was easy.
I do have a question.
Okay.
Favorite fan experience?
Favorite fan experience? Where was that? I think it was Orlando, Florida. I walked on stage and there were like 250 only love signs that people were holding up. And it was so sweet.
Love you!
Thank you. Yeah, it was great. It made me feel really good. Thank you. Yes! What's up?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you again for yesterday.
You like the books? I hope you're gonna like them.
Yeah, actually I started to read the first and it's very interesting. Thank you.
Very
it's
intense.
yeah, but
Good.
it's on point.
It's
It really is.
good, good.
Good.
Alice Miller helped me get through some pretty tough times in my early 20s, which was only last year. You know, I celebrated a birthday. I'm celebrating birthday. My birthday's Monday. Tomorrow. I'm 29, guys! I'm almost in that third decade. Almost.
Actually, I wanted to surprise you and tell you happy birthday in advance, so yeah, that's done now.
Oh,
But
okay.
thank you for the books, they are really interesting.
Good.
So my question was, yeah, I was there for that. My question was, actually it was for a friend who was shy. Her name is Sophie and she's sitting right there.
Did I sign an autograph for Sophie yesterday?
I don't know.
Did I?
No.
I remember her Sophie. Okay, go ahead.
No, but it wasn't.
There's probably a few people named Sophie. Hey, Sophie.
So the question was, what will be the Lucifer's reaction to Rowena knowing that she's alive and that she's now out of her Fandom?
See, I know the answer to that question. And I can't tell you without giving things away. So I'm gonna have to just say, I'm not answering that question. Because I care about you and I want you guys to have fun watching the episode. I want it to be a surprise. Now, what do you think Lucifer should do?
Oh, I think he's going to be pissed and maybe losing her a little. Just to keep his Archangel grace, maybe?
You're in for some stuff.
I know I will love it.
I'll just say this. Rowena is a very formidable character. This is the year of the woman. Hollywood, take that. My wife is like, yeah. What's up?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. First of all, I just want to say I never thought I would be able to say the word like I love Lucifer until you came along.
Thank you.
And my question is, if Supernatural was to do a show crossover with any show, like as the devil who's asked in another show, would you want to get?
Ooh. What? The other Lucifer? Who do you think would win in a fight between me and Tom Ellis? That is the appropriate answer. Whose ass would I want to kick? Well, you know, I wouldn't mind crossing over to House of Cards and beating the fuck out of Kevin Spacey. But Hollywood already did that, so I don't have to anymore. But God, I hated that guy. Right? I mean, when you see a guy and the introduction to his character is killing a dog, right? Did you guys see that? Isn't that where you first are introduced to his character? He's doing a speech to the camera while he's killing a dog. And that's what I call a Washington politician. Yeah, so I think I'd kick his butt. Can you come up with any?
Any like other person?
Yeah, any other characters?
Maybe the Winchester's dad. Good old.
Oh, Negan?
Maybe.
Negan! Take Lucille and...
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Negan deserves it, right? He's too happy. He enjoys hurting people too much. Oh wait, so do I. John Constantine? Really? I sort of like Constantine. Are you serious? No. Well, who else? Is that it? So far, good. We've got two good characters.
We've got two like really like
We got
bad
two good.
guys.
Maybe, but we should do the magic threes. I think.
I think so.
Huh? Matt Lauer. I like Matt Lauer.
Good old Dexter.
Oh, Jack Bauer. Yeah. Okay. Good old Jack Bauer. Okay, we'll do Jack Bauer. Thank you. Just come up with a good list of television characters that Lucifer could beat up. Anybody wants to contribute that through the talk, just go ahead and shout it out. Okay, I didn't mean it that seriously. It was sort of rhetorical. Kidding. So, yeah. What's up?
This is another Lost question.
Uh-oh.
So in Lost, you played sort of a godlike character, and in Supernatural, you played the devil. So I wanted to know what attracts you to these biblical roles.
You stole my thunder, by the way. Actually, I went on a radio show when I was doing Lost, and the radio commentator, is that what you call it? The commentator was like, "I bet you're making so much money. You television actors make so much money." And I was sort of embarrassed to say, I'm a guest star on the show, so I'm actually making top of show, which isn't very much money at all. You're thinking of Evangeline Lilly and all those guys who are making $100,000 an episode. Not me. Not me. This is barely keeping the lights on. True. But it wasn't the money. Here's what happened. Let me tell you what happened with Lost. I had 4 auditions scheduled for this one day, and a 7-page scene for Lost. And I turned to my wife and I said, I cannot do this. I have 4 auditions. I can't devote the time to this 7-page scene. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to make an ass of myself. It's going to be terrible. They're going to have a bad impression of me. I'm never going to get hired on the show again. She says, go in. And since I always do what she says, because she's smart. It's not just because she's my wife. She's smart. So I went in anyway. Sort of improvised and played my way through it, and I got it. And now I'd never really seen the show before. I was speaking the truth when I said that. I'd never seen the show before. So I didn't know what the part was, because I think the character's name was Jason. They used to put out different sides for auditions for shows like that, because the material would leak out on the internet, and then it would go viral, and people would get very upset. So you couldn't have spoilers for Lost. They got their legal teams involved. So I had no idea what the part was until I landed in Hawaii. And Michael Emerson comes up to me and goes, so you're our Jacob. Yeah. I was like, whoa, what does that mean? So I was the god of the oven. I like working is basically the answer to the question. So when parts like that come my way, I tend to take them because I like to keep bread and onions on the table and the lights on. And then if you're lucky, they kind of develop into something more. And that was sort of the case with Lucifer, which I'm very happy about because I love working on that show. Yeah. Are you guys fans? Just curious. I'm lucky that I listened to my wife Tracy and actually went in on the audition that I was nervous to go in on and ended up getting it. So I'm interested in working and keeping the lights on. That's why I take these roles. Thank you. Is that a boring answer? I taught acting for many years. And we still do, actually. We're going to be teaching acting. My wife and I are going to be teaching acting in May. No, I wish. That'd be great. But students always ask me, what can we do to be successful actors? And I say, work hard. Practice every day, like 6 hours, 7 hours a day. And their face goes like this. I want the magic pill. There is no magic pill. There's just practice, 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 practice. And so working is practice. You just get to practice all the time and get paid for it, which is great. What's up?
Hi.
Hey.
My question is, what is your favorite episode in the entire show?
Somebody walking right there. Just trying not to be seen by us, but I see her. Hi, how are you? Hey, you got autographs on your jacket. Yeah, good to see you. Bye. We don't see you. You're very quiet. What's up?
So, what is your favorite episode in the entire show?
Oh, wow. I love the out-of-the-box episodes a ton. Like Baby is one of my favorites. Ghost Facers is one of my favorites. Yellow Fever is one of my... I love Jensen in that episode. That is hilarious. I love the Rabbit's Foot episode. Watching Jared fall all over the place. Those are hilarious. Yeah, those are like my top. The French Mistake is great. Yeah, I have to say. What's your favorite? Can you even come up with like one? I mean, for me, there's, even more, but I'm not like you. I can't come up with the titles, like, 200, 300 episodes. They all just sort of melt together in my 53-year-old brain.
Probably fan fiction and French Mistake.
Fan fiction. What was the fan fiction one again?
200th episode.
Oh yeah. Oh, the musical?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I like that one. Okay. What about Baby?
That too.
It was hilarious.
Too many.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Ghost Facers was great. Wasn't that funny? Yeah. Huh? I haven't seen that one yet. I'm not caught up. I'm on season 12, episode 15. I don't have that much time, man. Now I'm getting the stink eye from everybody. Thank you. I'm trying, right? I mean, I've seen almost through season 12. I haven't even seen one episode of Lost. We don't need no stinking Lost. No, I like Lost. I'm kidding.
Hello again.
How are you?
Good. Yourself?
I'm pretty good.
Thank you for the second panel. One was not enough.
Thank you.
So my question to you is, which of the 7 deadly sins does Lucifer love most?
Like most? Lust. Wow. This is an awesome crowd. But all of them, don't you think all of them, or most of them, can come under the category of greed? Right? They're all they sort of all are encapsulated by that insatiability of desire. Right? What's yours? What do you think Lucifer would?
I would have said wrath.
You would have said what?
Wrath.
Oh, wrath. 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 Why is wrath a deadly sin?
If you're too angry at a person, you get into fighting and die.
What's wrong with that?
The dying part.
Can somebody convince me that wrath should be a deadly sin? I'm interested in hearing your points of views about that. Is it irrational anger? Is that what wrath is? Wrath is vengeance. It's like there's no justice in it. Is that what wrath is? All right, I'll buy that. But if it's just being mad, some people deserve the mad, right? It's good to be mad sometimes.
Well, wrath is more like a blinding rage, as she said.
Insatiable rage. It's like, yeah, okay. I think we just solved one of the world's problems. Thank you. Hi.
Hi. My question is, how do you, as Mark, relate to Lucifer?
Way too easily. What does this say about me if I answer this question truthfully. We've already established that this crowd likes bad. I find that I understand what it's like to be on the fringes, to be on the outside, and to be shunned and alienated. And no matter what you do to try to get inside, you can't. And I think that's sort of Lucifer's issue. I mean, that's the way high school was for me, right? I was always, I'm joking. You laughed, and I could have been really crying. No, I always sort of felt on the fringes, you know, there were the people having fun and going to the prom, and then there was me. And and I tell you, nerds rule the earth. Not high school, but they rule the earth, and that's all that matters. Yeah, but I mean, people liked me. It wasn't like I was a complete antisocial outcast. I was smart, so the jocks liked to copy off my homework, and so they sort of liked me. And I was nerdy, so the nerds liked me. And I was a punk rocker, so the punk rockers liked me. But I wasn't really in. Like, I didn't do the mohawk. I didn't dye my hair. I didn't look like a punk rocker. I just listened to the Germs and Black Flag and the Dead Kennedys, and I loved that. But at the time I felt like I don't want to be that. You're trying to be a nonconformist by wearing a uniform and being a conformist, right? The anarchy is in here. The rebellion is in here, or it's nowhere. And so that's what I relate to, right? And to be an outcast to your own family, that's a tragic place, don't you think? So that's what I think I relate to, because I had a sort of similar vibe growing up.
Thank you.
Thanks. My wife is laughing at me. But laughter is good. I like being laughed at. Keep it up. You gotta go home eventually. What's up?
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm all right, I'm nervous. I want to know, you seem to be really pro-women, and you seem to like them and respect us and think we're pretty damn strong, right?
Yeah.
All right. So,
you guys brought me into the world. You cared for me, you loved me, the strongest human beings on the planet. There's not a man alive who could deal with the biological imperatives that women have to deal with on a daily basis. And I know tough guys, and they would be on their knees. You want that to come out of that way? Whoa! No. And that's just one. There's a plethora.
I tell my husband that all the time.
I hope he listens.
So that being said, all the male and female actresses you've worked with, who has really impressed you the most in the strongest character? Or person?
On the show?
On
or
any
period?
show in your lifetime.
Oh, wow. I mean, first of all, I find in general, and this is sort of contradicted by some facts this last Academy Award season, but I find, generally speaking, even good men actors get worse with age. They sort of become caricatures of themselves. And sometimes they can flop back to, being authentic again, but not often. Women, on the other hand, I think get better. And I'm not saying this to kiss ass. I don't kiss ass. All you have to do is look at my Twitter feed. I don't kiss ass. I say what I think. And they get better. Meryl Streep from 19... She is a god. I'm just saying. From the 1970s, when you see her in The Deer Hunter, or even Kramer versus Kramer, to the present day, she was great then. She has become an absolute master of her craft now. And, you know, Helen Mirren, Dame Judi Dench, Susan Sarandon, Michelle Pfeiffer, I mean, Julia Roberts. These women get better and better and better and better and better as they get older. So for me, that's sort of the condition of the working environment. Let me see, I'm trying to think of movies, and I feel, unfortunately, like I've worked with a lot of guys. No. So I have to think about exactly who I've had the actual experience with, you know, aside from the women in our show that, you know, that would sort of come under that. Well, because for me, a working woman actress is already sort of miles ahead of the game, because she's beating a system that is sort of inherently stacked against her. I'm not embarrassed to attack Hollywood, and I have always sort of attacked Hollywood before it became fashionable for its chauvinism and bigotry and misogyny. I think they're the most limited folks in that respect. But very big on virtue signaling, very big on, now that it's popular to do the right thing, doing the right thing. But where were you before? Let me think on that for a little bit, and I'll just shout it out when I come upon something. I have to go through my resume in my head. You know, it's always an interesting question that you get in the street. It's slightly embarrassing. I'm telling this to you in case you should meet an actor that you recognize but can't quite put your finger on where you recognize them from. Don't go up to them and say, "I know you, man. Where do I know you from? What show?" Seriously, what show? Because that puts an actor in the most awkward position on the planet, to go through their resume on the street. Was it maybe, I don't know, The Big Lebowski, or no, not that one, was it? It's so weird. Doesn't that feel weird? If you think about it, it's weird.